All right, this lesson is about merging, mostly freeways, but also, the lesson works on any streets, and it's concerning when two lanes, either two lanes that normally merge, or lanes that have to merge because of construction or an accident or something like that. So we're gonna talk really right now just about two lanes that have to merge. So let's say that you're on a three lane highway and one lane gets blocked for whatever reason, um, and we're just going to concern ourselves with two lanes. And the lesson is extremely simple. So if you can do this at speed, awesome. But most of the time, these merging scenarios are going to have a lot of the traffic going much slower, and stupidly, in my opinion, is going to involve a lot of stopping, which, again, is stupid. It should not happen. Let's say your speed limit is 55, and people are normally going 65 or whatever they do in that speed limit on that street. And up ahead, like, traffic starts to slow, which is usually an indication that something is wrong or there's just stupidity abounding. Everybody should know this by now. Everybody should learn this when they're in traffic school, although it's not necessarily a rule of the road that you have to learn from the book, but it's called zippering. If you know that there is a merge coming up, you should do your best to do a zipper kind of formation with the cars in the other lane that's merging, that are merging together. So lane A, lane B, whatever. So car in lane A is going to be here, car in lane B is going to be here, and then A is going to be here, and then B is going to be here, and you're gonna form a zipper. You know how a zipper interlocks when the pulley, whatever, the little handle, whatever it's called, goes up and down. The earlier you do that, the earlier you start signaling that you're going to merge into the other lane, and you kind of find yourself a spot in that other lane. It's kind of just like, it's similar to passing in that way. You have to find yourself a spot that you're going to be able to fit into, and then you make your future plans known, aka by signaling. And you should be able to do this at speed. The other part of this is that the lane that is basically the lane that's considered the dominant lane in this merging scenario is a lane that doesn't have to move over. It's the lane that just keeps going in their lane. People of the dominant lane, please just stop being assholes. Like, imagine that you are in the lane that's being forced to merge, and imagine that it's coming up on you by surprise. Which a lot of the time, I've been driving all over the U.S. at this point in time. I'm just about in Florida, and I've been in Texas, Pennsylvania, Missouri, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio, like so much, and I'm going to be doing more. I've already done New York and other things like that in the Northeast, but just people of the dominant lane, please understand that if you were in that scenario and you were being forced to merge, and you didn't, and you're going to be doing this most likely with people that have not been, if it's a normal merge situation, that is just, that's how the roads are set up, the lanes are set up, and you know that, and you're prepared for it, and you moved over a long time ago because you knew that was going to be the dominant lane. Just please be nice. Understand that there's going to be new drivers who have never driven that road before, and then this whole be nice rule goes along with forced merges that are not common, that have been sprung up because of some situation on the road ahead. But merging is super easy. You find your zipper space, you signal that you're going to do it. If you're in the dominant lane, please be aware of the cars next to you that are going to be forced to merge, and be ready to accept them into your lane. you can do this at speed if there's cooperation, which is the hardest part about driving is knowing what other drivers are going to do, obviously. But if you are the lane that needs to merge, signal, find your zipper space, try to do it plenty of time ahead of time. As soon as you know that you need to merge, start figuring out where you're going to merge into. Signal, let the other driver know, maybe honk if you need to just once to get their attention, because they may be on their phone or not paying attention or not caring. That's how merging should work. It's extremely, the zipper scenario is extremely efficient. Like, it should cause no more of a slowdown than like 5 or 10 miles per hour, just to give people more time for whatever their reaction time might be, maneuvering time. Some people are just more scared. Some people are older. Sorry, we all know that your reflexes and stuff kind of start to get a little worse as you age. Some people are on their phones, some people are distracted, whatever. So if you need to merge, start doing it early. Zipper, signal, honk to get attention if you need to. Like a nice little boop. Not like a don't be a dick. Don't be a dick as a merger or as a dominant leader. And then this kind of goes in there. So I've mostly been driving in Pittsburgh, and there are tunnel problems. I was told by someone that the tunnel problems were what caused the slowdowns leading up to the tunnels. But there are people that go slow in the tunnels. I think that they're weird, scared people for some reason. Like, all of a sudden they're confined. Maybe there's some claustrophobia going on, and I gotta give that credit if that's what's going on. But what I determined to be the problem that causes the slowdowns, because once you get into the tunnels, people generally go at speed. So I think it's the on-ramps that are bringing in new cars basically just before the tunnel hits. So this lesson is going to be about allowing merging traffic from on-ramps. And it's the same thing as just merging in general. Although there's also another kind of helpful thing that can help things out. If you are not exiting the freeway or highway anytime soon, like within the next 2 miles, try your best to nicely and safely get into a lane that is not going to be merged into by on-ramp traffic. Try to give just the more space you create in the merging lanes by not being in them, the easier it is for everybody. But if you're somebody like me who doesn't mind slowing down and I like creating gaps. I like making sure there's a flow of traffic. If you have to be in that lane for whatever reason, maybe you are getting off the freeway or highway soon. It's the same thing. Know that you are in a lane that's going to be accepting new traffic. Create space between yourself and the car in front of you. You can't do much between you and the car behind you. They're gonna do whatever they do, and you shouldn't try to do anything like that. You shouldn't flash your brakes. You shouldn't do any brake check kind of stuff. But try to create space in front of you, because the more you do, the more space you create, the more space there is for the oncoming traffic, which again should try to zipper as much as possible, or just utilize whatever space is created. Just use it. Signal, honk if you need to, but mostly signaling and getting in there should be fine. But create space if you are the dominant lane that's again going to be merged into, and you're probably gonna have to slow down a little bit. But as soon as those cars get in, they're gonna do their thing, and then you can speed back up. See, that's the thing. When you're approaching an on-ramp, when you're approaching where the on-ramp intersects with your lane, and you're in heavy traffic, I start slowing down. I start creating a gap, and then as soon as you pass any cars that aren't going to be zippering in front of you. So as soon as you have passed all the cars that are in that on-ramp lane that could be merging in front of you, as soon as you're ahead of everything else, then you can speed back up. Because when you speed back up, you are once again creating space. And then more cars can zipper in behind you, and yeah. So that's how you handle that. And then when it comes to traffic in general, like kind of congestion on highways, freeways, whatever, I think that we're kind of taught this in drive school, but just stay in your lane. So there's two things that happen. One, people who are cutting in and out of lanes to try to find the fastest lane and always be in the fastest lane to make the most time, they cause problems. They cause people to slam on their brakes, which is also a problem. People overreacting to people merging in front of them or cutting in front of them causes huge problems. It's like, say, screw you, I'm going to try not to cut. Screw you, you cut in front of me, you bastard. And then just slam on your brakes like, oh, you're so offended I have to slam on my brakes to prove that you did a dumb thing. Just honk at them if you want to. Flash your lights, whatever. Don't slam on your brakes. Don't be an idiot, because you're causing more problems by slamming on your brakes. There should be unless an accident is taking up 2 lanes or more of a 3-lane highway, there should be no cause for people to ever come to a complete stop on a highway or freeway. It's stupid. There's no reason for it. And the reason for that is usually people not staying in their lanes. They're always trying to find the best lane. They're cutting in front of cars, which causes more stupid people to slam on their brakes, which causes brake slamming all the way back the line, and then more people to change lanes because that line is dying. So the more people stay in their lanes, don't slam on your brakes. Give if you need to merge into another lane, give plenty of time. Like, ask basically with your blinker. Ask nicely with maybe one horn honk. But this is how traffic should be done on highways and freeways. This is how merging should be done.